35. Joe Schobert on the tackle. 24-yard gain on the play. And after the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They go back to the ground with Jones. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll go with Jones. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
King. Regular. Hey, Haywood.
Mayfield. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Alert!
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
42 to Mike, boys. 42.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Complete to Odell Beckham Jr. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Packers' 27-yard line.
Set. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
But he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Mike's 4-2. X3. 218. Chop it. Check 3. Run. Done.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
42. Wild Bill. Watch out.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On second down, Mayfield again. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Here's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. On the run. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Able to slither by. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He completes it to Hunt. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Seibert's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Oh, definitely a little bit of disappointment there because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The defense pushing the run game back on the first play of the third quarter.
But I don't think that means abandoning the run totally. Sometimes you just have to focus on execution, right? They always talk about players, not plays. Well, tell your players to block a little bit better, and maybe the ground game can get going.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On first down, Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for two.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got.
Hunt going to run for it. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for two.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Hey, let's get in them holes. Check the hot read. Run. King. 5.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him. The guys.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Again, it's Jones. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check out. Inside.
Running right, Jones. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
10-30. Hey, wahoo.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Inside. Run. 57 Mike. Go. 57. Mike, 57.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Greedy Williams picks it off. And some room to work. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
180. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, alert. Slam. Bang.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Under 10, 10, 25.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Oh, here we go. Oh, check. 42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic. Alert. What's up?
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second and 2 at the 34-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Here's Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected for the second week in a row?
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
At the 47.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. I got it.
Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big
rush coming, and he's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Check. 20. 42, check. Mike 42. Here we go. Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. Oh, you got deep? 42's the Mike. 42's the Mike.
Now on 2nd and 16. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Got an open man. It's Ratley. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. Caught left side. It's Beckham. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
if you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19. Now Rodgers. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Rodgers. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 48. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. On first down, punt. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. They run again with Hunt. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get them a first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
He's coming. Double up.
They'll run again with Hunt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Browns, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.